Vlog time, people. Just arrived. Turn the van off. Just arrived. Pride of Derby again. I've just got here, and then me oil lights come on about 10 minutes ago. So I've just been down the road to the garage, and they wanted 14 quid for a little tub of oil. I don't even think there's half a litre in it, like quarter of a litre. So I thought, fuck that. So I spoke to the girl in the garage called Jill, and she told me to try either the bike place or one of the garages. So I just pulled up at the garage down the road, two lads in there, and I said to them, told them what the crack was like, and they says, here, I'll pull it in here. So they've put me some in, and I'm alright again now, so I haven't got to worry about my van, and they ain't charged me either. Good lads, whoever they are, so nice one. But I might do a couple of days on Grimmers before I go on to the big lake, because I might be here for quite a while. I don't know, I've got a lot of work to do, but I've got my laptop with me so I can get on with it. But I'm going to drive down to the big lake and have a look round Grimmers now, and then we'll see what's occurring. So I'll catch up with you later on, people. I'll give you an update when I've got settled and rods are sorted, whatnot. Unfortunately, no fishing dog. Fishing dog passed away on Thursday morning, 3:45 in the morning, in my arms. She took the last 4 breaths, so it feels really, really strange without her. But I've just got to get on with it and hopefully catch one for her. So I'll catch up with you in a bit, people. Adios. Morning, people. I didn't update you last night because by the time I finished doing everything and got the rods in and got something to eat and everything, it was late. And I was talking to quite a few people yesterday. I was talking to a couple of lads when I first got to the peg, then another couple of lads, then another lad. So there's a couple of hours went by really where I didn't get much done, but I got my rods out anyway. I'm in the peg that I was in last time. Simple reason being, I've seen fish out there again. I've seen fish down the edge. And I was in two minds whether to fish this peg or the peg that I originally caught my PB in. And then I thought to myself, well no, because I want to try this spot out that I found down here, what I was told about, this margin spot. And I thought, well, the fish are down in this area, so I'll come back in one of these pegs again. So I've gone out to 20 wraps again. One's on the bar, the plateau, and one's just off it. Just angled this one slightly so it just comes off of it. And then what I've done is I've put about I haven't put any bait out. I've just put 2 singles out. One of them's a snowman with a crave 15mm boilie in it, garlic and liver nash, 10mm topper, and then the other rod's got a crave dumbbell on, washed out pink crave dumbbell, 15mm. Like I say, they're out at 20 wraps. Went out really nicely. Right hand rod went out straight away. Left hand rod, it was alright, but then I wanted to reposition it. It was a little bit too close to the other one, so it took me 2 casts to get that right. And like I say, I've put no bait out on them at all. I'm just fishing the singles at the minute. And this rod that's down here, this is out onto a clean area, like a little bit of a bar just past this bush, and I've put a KD rig out there, and the KD rig's got a piece of popped up corn on the end, then it's got a chickpea and then a squash piece of corn on there. And then spod mix wise, just normal spod mix really, apart from the fact I haven't got Vitamin in it. I've got porridge oats instead of Vitamin, because this time of the year now, the Vitamin's getting a bit too heavy, fills them up too quick. So I've put porridge oats in there instead, small porridge oats. I've got my normal mix in there, what I normally do. In my spod mix, my birdseed, my hemp, chickpeas, corn, and then I've put some curry powder in there, chili flakes, chili powder, and also some chicken powder, which is what I prefer to do at this time of the year. Put a bit more spices in it rather than my sweeter mix. And then I've put about, like I said, I've put about 10 fox spoons out in that area, and I've spread it about a little bit. I'm in about 8 foot of water there, 8-9 foot of water. But I've been told it's a good area, so whether or not they visit it, I don't know, we'll find out. I've seen no shows this morning at all. I've been up since 5:30, and I haven't seen no shows at all yet. It's blowing a northerly at the minute, which isn't brilliant. And then it's blowing a northerly tomorrow as well. Then Wednesday it changes to a westerly. Thursday south easterly, and then it's a southwesterly. Friday southwesterly. Saturday southwesterly. Sunday. So basically you've got a northerly for a couple of days, and then it changes to better wind direction. So but it feels strange. Here without the fishing dog, it feels really strange. It does. It's like last night when I go into bed. Normally she'll get on the bed or gets in it with me. Cuddles up, keeps me nice and warm. It was really strange not being in there last night. I woke up quite a few times through the night, to be honest with you. It was strange this morning getting up and not being up and wanting to go to the toilet and that, but it's just one of them things, you just got to get on with it and get used to it. But if I catch a fish, I'll name it after her anyway. So right, I've just made myself a cup of coffee. So I'm going to get me a cup of coffee down there, and then I'll catch up with you later, people. Okay. Right then, people. Just thought. My camera's picking me up. I think it is. I just check again. Just higher it a little bit. Right, people. My left-hand rod, I'm fishing in the margin. Fishing over particles. I haven't put a lot out there, just so many sponsors, just to get a little bit of particle down. But normally when I fish like that, I fish a KD rig about 5 inches, and then what I like to do is I like to put a stick mix on the end. So I just thought I'd show you what I use in my stick mix. So I've got my empty bait tub. First thing that goes in is a tin of mackerel in tomato sauce. Sometimes I have tuna, whatever. As long as it's fish, it doesn't really matter. Obviously summertime I tend to use it more with oil. Once it starts getting to this time of year, I tend to use more where it's in tomato sauce. And then just break that up. It wants to be broke up really well. It's no good having great big massive chunks in it. It needs to be really broke up. Normally I use a fork, but I don't know where my fork is. I can't be bothered to look for it. So it might take me ages. So, basically break all this down. So it's all broke down. Like so. Like so. So it's all broke down. And then normally, what I do next is I get some boilies and my quarter crusher. Any crusher will do, don't have to be a quarter one. And then get so many boilies, not too many. So many boilies. They're Crave boilies, by the way. Give them a crunch up. These want to be not completely fine. You still want it where there's a few flaky bits in it, because it works better when they're like that. Oh. So that they're like that type of thing. Yeah, so it's not completely fine dust. You don't want it completely fine dust. It's no good like that. You want some flaky bits. And the reason being, it just sits better on the bottom. If it's powdered down too much, it's going to break up too easily. And a lot of it could disperse, and you don't want that. You want it to stop where your rig is. Right. So that's the boilers in there. Give that a mix round with the fish. And that really stodges it up then. Like so. So I've got a nice thick mixture then. It's a bit like having a cake. A bit like having a cake mixture. And that's how you want it. You want it like that all the way through, and you want it to end up like that as well, like a cake mixture. You don't want it too sloppy, and you don't want it too runny. It wants to be in between, like a cake mix. It does. And the next thing that I do is I put chili powder in, or curry powder, whichever one I've got on me. Some of that in, and then I always use this chicken herb and blend spice. Carp love it, absolutely love it. They do. I use it all the time. Same as chicken pellets. If you ever want some good pellets, they're cheap to buy. Go in a pet food warehouse store and get chicken pellets. Do them in different sizes, and they're absolutely brilliant. Can't love them. So I'll put that in there. Well, I will if that's chicken. Like I say, chicken herb and spice blend. Can't love it. Absolutely love it. You don't need to go too mad with it. As long as you've got like a tablespoon of each in there, you give that a really good mix round. Get that all into the fish and all into the boil and get really mixed in together. That's how you want it. All mixed in really well. Like so. And now I've done that, I add a bit more liquid now. So what I put in now is my sauce liquid attractant. same as my boilies. Put a little bit of that in, not a lot, just a little bit. You don't need a lot. Give that a mix round. So that's mixed in well. Like so. You see, let me show you, and that's what it looks like. Looks a bit like, oh, I don't know, Chinese chicken or something. Indian chicken, proper Indian chicken, the way the Indians cook it. But you can see what it's like. So you've got nice consistency in there. Right, it smells. You can smell it already. And then what I do next, normally I use either chicken pellets or Sonia Bates pellets, but I haven't got any on me, so this bucket here is for my bags. And in here is a mixture of every pellet you can imagine. I don't know if you can see. There's a mixture of every pellet you can imagine, and there's different ground baits in there, different breakdown rates. So there's a good mixture of everything. Like I say, that's what I use for my bag mix. I put a good handful of that in there, like so. In fact, just put a little bit more in there, like so. And then mix those in. Now these pellets will start to soak up any juices or liquids what's already in there. So give that a really good mix round. Plus there's not just pellets in here, it's got different ground baits in it as well in your bag mix. There's different, I think there's like F1 in there and halibut ground baits and stuff what I use for my match fishing. Just a good, any ground bait really, as long as it's a decent ground bait. Right, now that's stodging that up again now. And if you can see the consistency now, it's gone a bit stiffer, look. And that's how you want it, so that now you can add hemp oil, which you can buy from Tesco's. It's about £6 a bottle. I use it all year round. So I use it on my boilies, to finish my boilies off. All you want is about 2 teaspoons. That's all you need. You don't need a lot. And then just mix that all around. Mix it in to make sure that it's covering everything. And all the pellets now start to soak in that hemp oil as well as everything else. That is my mix, my stick mix, and this will break down on the bottom and it'll just sit there around my rig, and I use a wafter on a KD rig. It'll either be a plastic dumbbell or plastic corn or any type of wafter really, crave one or even a pop-up with a shot on. To balance it, as long as it's sat just above this when it melts, so that when they suck it up, it's the first thing that goes. It doesn't really matter what you put on the end, it's just the fact that it's got to be line, it's got to be sucked up with a KD rig. And me personally, I think the KD rig's the best rig you can use with a wafter in this situation. I use a KD rig inside my bags as well, I do. When I'm bag fishing, I always have done, it never fails me. I don't think I've ever lost a fish, ever, using it. Right, so that's soaking that in now, and you can see it's gone stiffer, look. So it's gone like a cake mix, and if you touch it, it goes dead smooth. But what you need to do now is you need to put the lid on and leave it. You want to leave it for at least an hour. I normally leave it a couple of hours before I use it. And what I'll do is I'll go back to it in a couple of hours, make sure that it's right, and then see if it needs either any more ground bait added to it and pellet to stiffen it up, or any oil to loosen it up. But like I say, you want it like a cake mix. That way it goes into the bag, the mesh bag really well, you know, and you can get it compact and how you want it. And then all I do then is just slide my hook length through the little mesh bag stick, should I say, mesh stick. The stick ends up covering about half of my hook length. I use about 5.5 inch hook length usually with this rig, but I'll probably show you later anyway. Just thought I'd show you my stick mix, and it don't cost a lot. I mean, that what I've made there will last me all the time that I make. I'll probably get 7 days out of that, and any that's left over you can just put in the freezer. Take it out of the freezer and then just add a bit more oil to it when you take it out of the freezer, to freshen it up, and a bit more chicken powder. But like I say, it's a good tip there, chicken powder. Herb and spice blend chicken powder. It's fucking brilliant. I've used it for years and years and years. I use it in my method mixers when I'm match fishing as well. Carp just absolutely love it. They do. So, and it's not expensive to do a stick mix like that. You can pick these bloody herbs up for next to nothing. A tin like that is about 30p, 40p. The dearest thing you're going to use is your hemp oil, and even then you're only using a tiny bit of it. So, but there you go. So I just thought I'd show you that, people. Right, so catch you in a bit. Nothing's happened so far this morning, but I have had a couple of liners through the night, and I've had a couple of liners this morning, and there is birds over there everywhere. Me, 2 rods are out near the bar, one on the bar and one off the bar. So it could just be something hitting the line closer in, I'm not sure. Right, so catch you in a bit, people. Morning people. It's about, what day are we? Tuesday morning. It's about 6:15, 6:30. I've been up since 5:30. Well, my alarm went off at 5:30. I was awake, but I was laid there till about 10 to 6. No occurrences through the night. It was colder last night, a lot colder. I've got extra layers on, and it's colder this morning. It was a nice sunrise this morning, but I haven't really seen any shows. I'll switch this kettle off. Let's get gassed out. Whoa. Oh, I have to clean the lens now. Just 1 second people. Get this lens clean. That's better. That's better. Yeah, like I say, nothing's occurred. I've seen a couple of shows this morning, but they're further out than where I'm fishing. They're over the other side. I've seen a couple over there, which I'd say were definitely carp. And the only other fish I've seen the odd one milling about on the top. So they seem like they're up on the top again, which I'm really surprised about. The rain what we had the other day with the temperature dropping, I would have thought most of them have been pushed down to the bottom, but they seem like they're on the surface again. The thing is, this part of the lake, when the sun rises, it rises over here, so most of the day this part of the lake where I am gets the sun on it near enough all day, right up till about right up till sunset really. You know, so it gets a hell of a lot of sunshine on it. So I'd say if you took the water temperature, I bet you this part of the lake down here, no matter what the weather is, I would say that this is always the warmest down here, always. I mean, I was sat in a vest yesterday, and yet people over the other side, they were sat with bloody jackets on and all sorts. So it just shows you. Can you see that spider, people? Can you see it? Little tiny spider that's built a nice web for itself on my bivvy. Might bring me good luck, you never know. But no, like I say, so nothing's really happened this morning so far. But we're right smack banging bite time now, so fingers crossed. I shall leave the rigs in again till lunchtime anyway. In fact, this marginal one I might even leave until tea time. I don't know, I'll see yet. I could do really with taking my rods out and going for a walk around just to get a bit of exercise. To be honest, just to stretch my legs and that. So something's just spooked. Something's just spooked that bird over there. I think it's a greebot's over there, and I've never seen them spooked easily. But something's just spooked that grebe. Spooked it from there to there. So I don't know what that was. It's not very often you see them spooked like that. So I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, it's left quite a bit of a puddle in the water. A lot of movement in the water. So I don't know, it might have been a pike or something, or catfish, I don't know. Strange, I've never really seen one of them spook like that. But like I say, it's a nice morning. It is. So, just have to wait and see. I'll just sort of give you a quick update. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I'm going to climb back into my bed and watch the water in my bed where it's warm, because it's a bit chilly this morning. So, catch up with you in a bit, people. Okay. There's one of my rigs, people. I'll just give you a quick look. Just got a Crave dumbbell, 14mm Crave dumbbell with a shot underneath it, and I'm fishing the parrot rig. Got a liner, bit of silicone on the hook, bit stripped back before the hook, some putty down the middle, overhand loop, and a bit of silicone. I've got that on both rigs. What's that on these 4 rods? Oh shit, like I say, same rig again, but this time no shot, and I've got half of a Boochberry wafter and then a 15mm Crave, and the hook just sits flat. So same rig, just different bait on it. Right, get these rods wrapped up again now. I've come a little bit more this way. I'm fishing at 18 3/4 instead of 20 wraps. So rather than being over the far edge, I've come this edge of the plateau that I'm fishing. And I've got like one right on the edge and one just on the. So I'll just see what happens. So I'll get these wrapped up now. Alright, bit of an update, people. I hope the camera's picking me up because it's a bit dark in here. In fact, I'll turn it round and let you watch the water while I talk to you. It looks really bright out there, but trust me, it's not. It's gone really dark now. It's just this Sony camera comes out a bit brighter. But now I took my rods out, like I said, about 12:30, 20 to 1, and then wrapped them all back up again like I did, and then I went for a walk all the way around the lake, took my camera. I spent about an hour and a half shooting photos of it, hour and a half. Had a good walk around, didn't see anything. There's a few on the lake. There's not loads on the lake, but I'd say there's about, I think there's about 8 of us, something like that. The bloke on the point, he had one this morning at 9:15. I watched him from up the bank here on the right, landing it. I don't know how big it was. It looked fairly decent size. And he's fishing out right out to like where the 2 bars meet, just off of it by the looks of it. I've not seen no more shows around. There's a few fish milling about. I've put no more bait out. I've just put my rods back out, same spots. I've left this left hand rig here, I've left it, had a chickpea on it, a piece of corn and a piece of plastic corn on a KD rig. I've put one of my stick mix bags on that, stick mixers on, and put that back out there. I've put no bait over that one either. My 2 rods have gone back out there. I've put no more bait out there either. So we'll see what happens up till tomorrow. If nothing's happened by tomorrow, I don't know. I'm going to see first, see what happens. But I didn't put no bait in Sundays. A little bit went in Monday night. A bit went in Monday night. And there's been none in today. So I'll leave it up till tomorrow afternoon, then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to put any more in or not. I shall see first. I will do at some stage, put some more in just to freshen the spot up. I won't put a lot in. But now, so just see how things go. Bloke that I was talking to the other day, I seen him up the top end when I was walking round. He's fishing in the far corner. So there's me and him down here, but there's nobody else down this end. The next person that's closest to us is over that way where there's swans. I think there's a bloke. Where are I? Tucked in that peg there. I think there's another one that's come up there. There's them 2 there, then there's a bloke on the island, that's 3. Then there's another 2 past him on the island, that's 5. And then I think there's another bloke. And another bloke, so I think there's about 8 of us on, I think, 7 of us on. But there's only him on the point that I know of anything coming out since Friday, I think. He's the only one that's had one. But it's getting dark now anyway, so I've done a bit of work on the laptop. Done a bit of my work, not as much as I want to, because I'm running low on charge for my laptop. And the charger what I've got won't charge it, so I've got to buy one of them Omni chargers, about 150 quid. But I can't afford to get one at the minute. So I got my other camera out, so I'm just doing a time lapse at the minute. So, but I'm going to sign off for now anyway and get myself settled, because it's dropping a bit cooler now as well. So as soon as I've done this time lapse, I'm going to pack the camera gear away for tonight, and then zip my door up, apart from the top bit, and get in the sack. I'm going to have a beer, get in the sack, get an early night I think, up early again in the morning. So catch up with you in a bit then. Kitty cockles. Laters. Morning, people. It's another beautiful morning. The mist just rolling off the water. It's about 7:15 in the morning. 7:15, 7:30. My alarm was set for 5:15. So I was up at 5:15. I was up for an hour or so, and then I nodded back off to sleep. I was that tired. Catching up with all my sleep from not getting no sleep for the last 4 or 5 weeks with Sky being ill. So, but I've had no liners or anything all night, but I heard a fish bosh out last night down here, down this side, near where I've got a rig out. I don't know what time that was. It was early hours of the morning. So I went to bed early. I was in bed for 9:30, 9:45. I've not seen anything this morning. Not seen anything so far, which is unusual. Normally by now I've seen something, but I ain't seen anything apart from the birds. So I don't know. Hoping that I see something. But like I said, I didn't put no more bait out yesterday. And I just put the rods back out like I said, but nothing, so I don't know. Wait and see what the day brings. But if I haven't seen anything by tonight, by later on, I shall have a walk around, I think, and see if I can see anything anywhere else. I'm contemplating whether to move or not. I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of fish down here, but I just don't know. Don't know. So what I'll do is I'll wait and see what happens rest of today, and then make a decision. Well, I don't know whether I'm going home Friday or stopping over the weekend. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Just see how the rest of the day pans out first. I'm just going to sit back, enjoy the morning, and have a cup of coffee. So I just thought I'd give you a quick look. Beautiful sunshine up there in that corner, look. But it's definitely dropping the temperature now. It was a lot colder last night. I had to put an extra what's the name on my bed chair. Extra blanket. Oh yeah, right, cup of coffee. I'll catch you in a bit, people. Adios, amigos. vlog time, people. Just making myself a brew. What I've done is I've put both rods back out on that plateau out there, and what I've done is I've put about 15 spombs out, not full spombs, like half spombs. So really there's about 6 spombs, I suppose, 7. It'd be like equivalent to about 6 full spombs over each rod. Put a few more oils than that in it. Added some extra oil, just a bit more oils to what I've been using. Then I've had a bit of squid liquid in there as well. Just put a massive slick out. I mean, the birds are diving on it already. So just wait to see. Me and Aunt baited up I didn't bait up Sunday, put a bit of bait in Monday night, not a lot. And then I fished it out. It's now Wednesday afternoon, so I've put that in, and then I'll fish that out again and see what happens. The other rod, which you've seen me, I filmed myself spomming out. I put about 8 spombs over it. Just put a little sweet corn rig out, just for a couple. No, it's got a piece of sweet corn on it and a piece of plastic maize. So fish KD star. So I'm just watching that bloke over there. Yeah, so that's about it really. So I've got them back out. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, about 2 o'clock, 2:30. Got them back out there. I've done a bit of work and I've got some more work to do, so I'm going to have this cuppa, watch him spoiling out over there, and then I'll get some more work done, then have my tea and then settle down. All my rods done, it's just a waiting game again now. But today there's been no fish showing, hardly at all. I've only seen a couple of fish down here today, and yet there's been absolutely loads that are showing. So I don't know where they've all gone, I ain't got a clue. So right, I'll get this sorted, I suppose. I'll catch you in a bit, people. Can you see that, people? There's my mesh bag that I was talking about earlier. And there's my rig at the bottom. I've got a piece of maize and a piece of sweet corn, both plastic. Slight gap in between them, a shot up above. And I've just noticed the shot's come off. Bloody hell. 3 boilies in a mesh bag. Push down the hook length with a hook into it, and then up above it one of my mesh bags with my mixture in it. So I'll get this out. I need to just put a shot on it there. So battery's running low as well on it, and I think it's alright. Update time, people. It's Thursday night. It's about 7 o'clock. 7:15. It's quite bright still tonight. It's been a red hot day. But I got a liner last night and I had a liner this morning. On them rods that's out there. I've seen odd fish milling about, and I saw a show this morning as well. Right up, there's 2 lads fishing over there, right in front of, well, to the side of where they're fishing. I don't even think they saw it. It was a mirror coming this way, towards where I am. I say it was about £28, £30. I've seen a few others milling about, but I saw them couple of shows the other day, but I've not seen anything down here, which is really unusual. Normally I hear something down here, so. But then again, the weather's changing, you know, we're getting to that time of the year now. So, I mean, earlier on the birds were diving all on my bait. Loads of them. Tons of them, tufties, great big bunch of them. There's still a load of them out there now. But they were diving for ages, so well, you saw me, I decided to put some more spods out. I put another 10 out, I think it was, just to get a bit more bait down and freshen the air up. I wasn't going to, because I was going to leave it again. You know, and wait, but I've put 10 in anyway, so. And then I put a couple more, a few more down this side as well. I thought, sod it. I didn't put loads in, just a little bit more, just to freshen it up really. So, but that bloke on the point, he's had 2 out, he has. I think he's had them out in about 6 foot of water by the sounds of it. But nobody else has had anything out. There is quite a few over the other side, and they're spotting quite a bit of gear, and I think there's 1 or 2 lads this side of him, and there's another lad the other side of him. There's somebody over the other side of him, but he's using his bait boat, he is. So that other lad that was down here, he's gone today. He's had enough here, and he's cleared off. So I've got this part of the lake to myself at the minute. But that'll soon change come tomorrow, because I guarantee you, I bet somebody goes in the peg next to me, or opposite me, or along there. I mean, there's them 2 pegs along there, there's them 2 over there. I don't know if I'm stopping or not yet. I'm going to wait and see what happens today and what I feel like tomorrow. I've got enough food in that to last me till Saturday. But the trouble is, with my work, I need my laptop to do my photographs. And the trouble is, my laptop's run out of power, because my normal power banks won't charge it. A lot of people don't realise, but a lot of laptops won't charge off the normal power banks. A lot of them take like a 3-pin accessory, what goes into the charger block, what gets plugged into the mains and then into the computer, so you need either a thing called an Omni charger, which will charge any laptop that's going, or the Ridge Monkey. I think the Ridge Monkey's got the 3-pin plug thing on it, or it's got the car adapter on it. I've got a battery at home with a car adapter on it, but it's about knackered. I've had it about 4 or 5 years, that charger box, and it's just not worth messing about with. So I need that Omni charger. That Omni charger is 150 quid, and you can charge so many different things off of it. It'll charge anything basically. But if I get that, I'll just keep that mainly for the laptop, because I've got one for my camera and I've got one for my phones. So it's £150 that I ain't got. So I just have to wait and see. But I'm enjoying the fishing, but I just wish one of them would trip up. There's definitely been fish out there while I've been here quite a few times. Whether they're taking feeding on any of the bait or not, I don't know. Every now and again I keep seeing like slicks coming up, and like the water looks mucked up, so there's something's been feeding down there. Or it could be anything, it could be bream or whatever. It could be carp, I don't know. But so far I ain't tripped one up, so. But it's a beautiful evening. It is beautiful. So yeah, that's about it, kiddie cockles. Can't say no more. You know, I've took my time, I haven't put a lot of bait in. You know, I've been here since Sunday and there's not even half a bucket of bait gone in. You know, on them spots out there and there. So I haven't used a lot of bait at all. And there's probably about half a kilo of boilies been used, if that. Couple of handfuls out there, handful out there. Not even an handful there actually. The only boilies that's gone out there are the ones that's in the mix. But the spots out there, I've put a few handfuls of boilies out when I've spotted up, but that's it. So, you know, I've been patient, took my time with the baiting, but this something's just shown over my area just now. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. There's something's there, look, just there, top, just there, only slightly there, and now it's moving across the top of the water. That's a carp, that is, definitely. But I've seen them like that, milling about like that, but proper shows, I've only seen 2 proper shows, 3 proper shows since I've been here, and they've been in like different places. One's been over there on this spot, one's been further up, and then the other one was down here. So that's definitely a carp, that is, moving through the water at the top. Seem to be all up and down that bar, up and down that middle still. They do, just like they have been doing the last few times that I've come. Getting them to get down on the bottom and feed. I bet if you put zigs on, you'd have had one by now. But I ain't got no adjustable zigs, I need to get some. There's no way I'm casting like a 15-foot zig out there, a 14-foot zig or whatever. No way. So I'll wait till I get some adjustables, but I reckon I might have nicked one if I'd have had zigs on. Probably not one of the big ones, probably one of the smaller ones, but I reckon probably nicked a couple, but hey ho, still time yet. While them rods are out there, people. Seems so strange without the fishing dog. I keep looking behind for her. It does. It's a week since she died today. She died this morning. Last week in the morning at 3:45 on the Thursday, and it's Thursday now. It was horrible this morning when I woke up. Oh God. If anybody's people will know what I mean. It's absolutely horrible feeling. It is, but I've kept myself busy all day doing photographs and cleaning bivvy out, getting changed, keeping myself busy all day, and I feel alright now. So, time for me to chill out and have a beer, I think. So, there's still people spodding out. But anyway, shall catch up with you later, people. Adios. vlog time, people. It's now, pardon me, Friday afternoon, and it's gorgeous, sunshine like you won't believe. I just wish I had some adjustable zigs on me. I mean, them two blokes, they're still on the island. There's a lad opposite, he's had a 30, and them on the island have had a 20 and an 18. There's a few more turned up now, there's a few lads over there. I think there's another couple of lads over there. But I'm not seeing anything on my area now. The only thing I have had is the birds. The birds diving on me this morning and yesterday, so I've put some more bait out because of the fact the birds have been diving all over it. So I've put about another 10 spoms out. You know, like 5 around each rod type thing. Well, about 4 over each rod and then a couple down like the middle in between them. And then this inside rod down here, I've just chucked a couple more over that, just to freshen it up really. But yeah, disappointing. Really disappointing. I thought by now, me keep fishing these spots. I mean, I fished them from this peg now 3-4 times, and then I fished that other peg as well. I just don't think there's enough bait going in on now when I'm thinking about it on that spot. They seem to be getting them off there all the time, and that's because they've constantly got bait going in, so the fish are naturally drawn to there all the time. So most of the time I think the fish are just up there. They are. They do show themselves down here and they can be caught down here, but I just don't think they get down here a lot. I think they visit it, but I don't think they stop down here. I mean, I've seen them over my spot. I've seen one over my spot, and I've seen one down here, and a lot of the small ones. But they just don't seem to stop here. That's what it seems like to me, anyway. I mean, it might be different at different time of the year, but I've fished. It's my 5th time fishing it now, and I've been fishing it 4 months or something. 3 months, 4 months. So you would have thought of at least trickled another one out by now, fishing them at that area out there. I'm surprised that I haven't, because I thought I would have done by now. You know, I'm thinking to myself now, should I have put more bait in when I've been coming? Because I've been going really steady with the bait. I mean, I'm here 6 days or whatever, 7 days, 5 days, and I haven't even been putting a bucket in. So I'm thinking to myself now, maybe when I get here I should be putting a bit more bait in, putting something like 20 spoms over them 2 rods to start off with, and then leave it and just top it up, say the following night, just with a couple of spoms to freshen it up, say the night after, because it seems to me every time I've been here, anybody that's ever caught, they've put out loads of bait in the first place, and then all they've done is freshened it up like the following day with so many, and then they seem to have one, or they have one off of that big baited spot straight away. That's what it seems like. I mean, every time I've seen them caught, they've been caught over loads of bait. I'm not so sure about them on the island, because I think they're using the bait boats, but I've seen them putting the bait boats out, looks like at lunchtime and at tea time, I think. But the other lad who's supposed to have had a 30, he's put loads of bait in, he has. Well, it seems like he has anyway. Big spoms in to start off with, but I didn't even know he'd had it. 2 lads come round and told me. So I don't know when he had that. I hadn't seen him have it, so I don't know when he's had that. I'm not too sure. So, but anyway, last chance saloon now. The rods are out. That's it, I can't do anything else. I'm tempted as well to try spodding through the night. Nobody's spodding through the night. You know, you would have thought a place like this that the spod would have put them off, but to me it don't seem like it. It seems like them fish up there get attracted to it. That's what it seems like. Yeah, you'd think it'd be the opposite. Do you get what I mean? I suppose it's because you've got a lot of day ticket lads fishing it, and they're fishing it like they fished a day ticket. So the carp are getting into an habit of airing the spot, loads of bait going in, letting that bait settle and stop picking the bait off, hoping not to get caught. I think that's what's happening myself. But so all I've done, like I said, put a bit more bait out, put another 10 spombs and a handful of boilies out, that's it. I was tempted to put the rest of the bucket, but I thought no, I'll save some. Because I'm tempted to try putting a few spots out through the night, but it's a bit too late to try that now. I think if I come next time, that's what I might do. In an afternoon, get me main bait in, and then later on at night, when it's gone dark, try spodding out another 4 or 5 spombs, and then early hours of the morning try spodding out 4 or 5 spombs and try that for a few days and see if that works. But I don't know, it could be just the fact that the fish ain't down here. I think if the fish was down here, they'd have picked my baits up by now, because what I've got out there is good enough. I know I'm really confident in the bait and the rigs that I'm fishing, where they are. I think it's just the fact there's no fish there. I'm very surprised I haven't even picked any bream on, but it seems like all the fish are just up there. So, but you never know. You never know. There's got to be the odd one down here, or a few down here. I know there's not a lot in here, but there's got to be a couple of them down here. And there's always a chance of a catfish as well, I suppose. But what can you do? There's nothing you can do, is there? You just got to sit it out now. Maybe I should have moved earlier in the week again and got closer up there. But then again, would it really matter? These other lads that's been alongside them that's caught, and they haven't caught anything, so I think it's just them that's fishing off that bar. They just seem to be having it all the time on there, aren't they? Like it's warm. That's what it is. Right, I'm going to sign off and get my cup of coffee. So I'll give you an update in a bit, people. Okay, man. In a bit. Hey ho, it's vlog time, people. God, that sunstruck. It's about 5 o'clock on Saturday. Still not a lot happening. There's a hell of a lot of people on the lake. The lake is absolutely jam-packed. But the lake looks really, really good. There's been 5 out now on the point, and then there's a lad opposite, he's had a 20. So 6 fish out. I've been here since last Sunday, there's only been 6 fish out, so it's not a lot. So are they feeding on bait or on the naturals? I don't know, it's hard to tell. But the lake looks beautiful, stunning. It's been such a hot day. But there's another lad up here, there's a lad over there, lad there, lad there, lad there, lad there. All that top's full, round here's full. There's them 2 on the point, there's another bloke there who I talked to. And there's another bloke, and there's another bloke there who I talked to. But it is, it's fishing hard really. But everybody I speak to keeps saying they like the bait in here. I mean, I've been dead careful with the bait so far. I think I have on all my trips really. I haven't been putting a lot of bait in. You know, 10, 12 spombs, and when they're only half spombs is nothing. You know, a bucket's been lasting me 7, 8 days. And it sounds like most people put a bucket in a day. So I thought, sod it, tonight I put my rigs out about half an hour ago. I put them out earlier on, but I weren't satisfied with them. So I put my rigs out again, straight back out there on the spots. Both good casts, felt the donk on both of them all the way down, but I've brought them in a bit closer. I've put no bait out, I've left them like that for now. This one, round the corner, I'll just show you. Oh, where the edge of this bush is here, it's hard to see, but I'm about here. I am. It's like a little bit of a plateau there. and that's what I'm on there, and I've put about another 5 or 6 spoms on that, and then I've put a stick on, and I've got a KD rig with a dumbbell on, and both them rigs what's out there I've put them both on boilie rigs, snowmen. Both got 15mm baits on. One's a 15mm fucking wasps, one's a 15mm crave, and one's a 15mm dynamite squid and spice, and they've both got toppers, wafters on the top, 12mm wafters. One's a white one, one's a pink one. I forget the name of them now. Northern Baits. No, sorry, Signature wafters, that's what they are. They're like a fruity flavour. I just thought I'd try them, so I've put 2 boilie rigs out there. At the end of the day, if they're going to have it, they'll have it, won't they? So, and what I've done is my mix, I've made a bit more mix up, but I've stodged it up a bit. What I've done is boiled some more birdseed and hemp up, and I've put a lot more boil in it. I've put about half a kilo boilies in there, kilo boilies. Put some more porridge oats in there, some more corn, some more chickpeas, and then what I've done is I've ground up, I don't know if you can see it, the little flecks, a load of pop-ups, and I've dropped that in there as well, and I've put more oils in, some more squid oil gone in, and then I've put some more hemp oil in, and also some more sauce liquid. So it is absolutely 100% attractive. You know, if they're going to feed, they'll feed on that, otherwise they're just not having it, are they? And like that lad, he was fishing up here, I've just put about another 10 little tiny spoms out. He's only put about 25 little spoms out since he's been here. The other lad over there, he's been baiting beyond me. He's been putting about 10, 12 out, medium spoms like what I've got. Like the fox one there, I think he's got the same one actually. He's been putting that out, and so far I've kept myself quiet, not put any more bait out in between the two of them, and nothing's happened. So I thought, sod it, I'm going to big up my baits a bit, make them larger baits, boilers, put more boilers in the mix, and I'm going to spot out about fucking 20 spoms tonight, 20, 25 spoms, and see what happens. And then I'm just going to sit on it till Monday and see what happens. At the end of the day, if I don't try, I don't know. I've been doing what I've been doing all week, and so far it hasn't worked, has it? So once I've done that, then I know if it don't work, then there's just no fish down here feeding. Simple as that. But at the end of the day, at least then I've done what I can do. I've tried my hardest, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Can't do no else. So it's up to the carp gods now. I wanted to catch one for Sky, I just hope I do. I really hope I do, because I've tried really hard all week. But we'll see anyway. Right, I'm going to sign off because I can send some burgers down there. A couple of quarter-pounders and a can of beer. So I'll catch you in a bit, my fellow carp anglers. Adios, amigos. update, people. It's now Sunday morning. It's, I don't know what time it is. I think it's about 9:30 or something like that. Still nothing. Yet my spot out there. I was just talking to this lad called Martin, who's just come in talking to me, and I was saying to him, I put bait out there last night, and I was up till 2 o'clock this morning, because that was just slicking last night. I thought to myself, I'm going to get a fish, definitely. And nothing still, I've not even had any liners. But then again, I'm not going to do, because I'm fishing slack lines anyway. And then I was up about 6 o'clock this morning, and then I nodded off a bit later again, but I've been watching the water and it's been slicking up again all morning. It's been slicking up again till not long ago, and then it's just stopped. And I'm thinking to myself, why have I not had a fish yet? I've noticed the other lads are the same. The other lads across there, some of their spots, especially the lad that's right next to me, his has been slicking up as well last night, and again this morning a few times, but he's not had anything either. So whether the carp or whether the bream, I don't know. And yet last night I've been dead careful all week with the bait. So I've just had a couple of bacon cobs and I've got indigestion. Oh. I thought, sod it, last night I changed my mix slightly. I added a lot more oils to it. I boiled up some more hemp. I did some more chickpeas. I put some more porridge oats in. Another tin of sweet corn. And I put a hell of a lot more boilers in there than what I have been doing inside the spod mix. And then I dyed it red as well. And I put about 20 spoms out, 25 spoms out. I thought, everybody I've kept talking to says they like the bait in there, a lot of bait. And I've been dead careful really, every time I've fished it, I've not gone too mad with the bait. I've been putting like 10, 12 spoms out or something, not even that sometimes, and then leaving it for a couple of days and then topping up again, and it hasn't really worked. It worked the first time I was here, when I had that fish, and another time I've lost a fish. But I thought to myself, sod it last night, so on them 2 spots, on that spot out there, I've got my 2 rods spotted. Like I say, about another 20, 25 and Ash Dot spoms out there. Just to see, do you get what I mean? But it definitely brought the fish in, because I had slicking over there like I don't know what. So I think what I'm going to do is fish that out till later on this afternoon. In fact, I might even fish it out till like tea time, and then get them fetched in, have a bit of a walk about, stretch my legs and that, get a bit of exercise. That's if it's not raining. And then see, it's slicking up again now, look. It's slicking up now, look. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It started slicking again. There's definitely fish feeding on that, definitely. So I think what I'm going to do is leave that till later on. I'm tempted to leave them rigs in through the day actually, while it's slicking like that. But if the slicking stops, I'll fetch them in then. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put more bait out again tonight, because it's definitely brought some fish in by putting a lot more bait in. So I think what I might do is put like another 15-20 spons out and fish it out again. See what happens, because I should be going home tomorrow, either tomorrow or Tuesday. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And this spot down here, I should just put a couple more spons on that, and then put a rig back on that. You know, a little dumbbell or something, or a bit of particle, chickpea and a piece of plastic corn or something. But them rods that's out there both got boilie rigs on, 2 snowmen. One's got a white pop up on and the other one's got crave. So, and one's got a dark boilie underneath, the squid and spice, and the other one's got a crave boilie underneath. Both 15 millers. So I think I might put boilies out again tonight as well. But anyway, I've just had, like I say, a couple of bacon sandwiches, been chatting to that bloke. I'm just having a bit of a crunch bar, and then I'm going to get this bivvy tidied up, because this bivvy is trashed. There's just stuff everywhere. There is. Because I didn't expect me to be going out the bivvy today, because I thought it was going to be raining constantly all day, but it doesn't seem it's that way. It was raining heavy for a few hours this morning, but it seems to be lifted. So while it's like this, I'm going to get all the bivvy cleaned out, get all the water and everything changed, and then carry on watching the water. So but it's interesting, I was talking to that bloke, and apparently he's saying there's a shower block that's being done over there, so it means we're going to be able to have showers on it, which is going to be absolutely brilliant if we've got showers. And he was telling me about them other two little lakes on here, well, little strips for fishing for the tension, that. And I said to him I was on about fishing them anyway, so I think what I might do is, not so much this year, but probably next year, I might come and fetch my bivvy with me and just fish on them for a couple of days here and there. I can bivvy up at night time and carp fish if I want to, and then fish them in the day, or I might just have a couple of days fishing on them, you know, stop in the bivvy and then pack up fishing on them, and then fish on the lake normally. Same as the river, I like to get on the river as well, which I'm going to do next month. I'm going to have a few days on the river here, and then should bivvy up and move about probably a little bit. So right, I'm going to get my shit sorted out, people. Just to give you a little bit of an update. So it seems that putting more bait in, I've definitely had a reaction. I've put more bait in and it seems to have drawn fish in. But why I haven't had a pickup, I don't know. So going on what most people said, you know, they like the bait in here. I'd say there's more people that said that they like the bait and put a lot of bait in than people that said fish with handfuls. But I think myself, margin spots, yeah, fish with an handful, but if you're fishing out there where the bar is, where the fish are up and down, I think, or the plateau or near it, I think you need to be putting in quite a bit of bait out, don't you? So it's all learning. At the end of the day, it's all learning. It is. You've got to try these things and keep trying different rigs, different baits to see what's what. I don't think it's the bait. I think they'll eat anything in here. I think it's just being in the right places and getting the right amount of bait in at the right time. I think they do spook a little bit off of the spawn, but if you can get your bait in when they're not around, I don't think it really matters. But I don't think you really want to be spotting on top of the reds. I think bait boat approach is the best, but I ain't got one, so right, I'm going anyway. I'll talk to you in a bit. Adios, amigos.
patients in practice who suffer with sore eyes, gritty eyes, irritation, redness.
One nice full belly. Beautiful. Chucking it down it is now. Later on Sunday afternoon, been to the shop and been for a walk around the lake. Been a bit of slicking coming up again, but there's nothing showing still. I think I've seen 2 shows, 3 possibly at the most since I've been here, since last Sunday. It's one of the hardest places I've ever come across to work out. You just don't seem to be able to, I don't know, it's weird. It's like 1 minute you can have slicks coming up, and within a second they've all disappeared. You've got slicks coming up, you know, you can see where other people's been fishing over the weekend. There's slicks coming up, and then the next thing you know, bam, they've just gone. It's crazy. I mean, 5 minutes ago there was slicks everywhere. Well, now it's as if, do you get what I mean? If I told anybody that there was slicks everywhere, they wouldn't believe me. It's crazy, man. Crazy. It's a tough one to crack, this is. But I need to be more mobile. It's no good now. I know now, sitting it out, baiting this peg next door, leaving bait on the spot. Spots coming back to him. It's not really paying off. So I think what I need to do is start fishing more pegs, different pegs. You know, like the next peg up, or them 2 pegs across there, and get all this area down the bottom figured out completely before I move on to other pegs, unless I see other fish. I've really got to start doing a lot more homework, I think, and finding out a lot more what's on the bottom and mapping it out properly, because with them not showing, it just makes it so difficult. At least then, if you map it out, you know if the weather's hot, where your different depths of water are, so you can get in the right depths of water for the way that the weather is. You know, at certain times of the year, the naturals just starting to come out, or the last of the naturals disappearing, and what areas you need to be in, and then sussing out what depths you've got in them areas. That's what I think you've got to do. I think that's the only way you can do it. I wish I had a bait boat, it'd be a lot easier. But it's just like an egg box down here. There's that many different things everywhere. But it's a challenge. So at the end of the day, I like a challenge. All the birds are starting to come back down here now. They're all just starting to come back down. It's quite warm actually, even though it's chucking it down with rain. It's red hot. It is for September. What are we? Near the end of September, aren't we? Yeah, it's really nice, really warm. I don't mind the rain when it's like this. Right, I'm going to sign off because I've got all these pots to sort out. So, beauty, eh? You're having a nice meal. Alright, in a bit, people. Vlog time, people. Update. It's Sunday night now, and I don't know if you can see it out there. I'm fishing here. Just here, the fish are churning the fucking bottom up out here. There's just a thick fucking brown through the water all the way along there. And you can see everything coming up. There's a great group of them here as well, look. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I don't want to go outside and stand up because I don't want them spotting me. But I watched about, when was it? An hour ago? I saw a group of about 15 carp. Looked like there was 3 really big ones, like 30s, high 30s. And then there were some high 20s in the group, and then some smaller ones. And I watched them come up about 100 yards across there. And I watched them move across there dead slowly. Right the way across there, and then they just disappeared. And then about 20 minutes later, I saw another group. of about, I don't know, 12, 15 of them move along here, and they moved right the way along there, they did, and then they disappeared. And I've been thinking to myself, shut up, look, you can see them all out there. There's fucking loads of them. They're up on the top now as well. They're churning the fucking bottom up out there. Yeah, and that group disappeared as well, and then all of a sudden I've been watching to see if I can see them, because I was going to put more bait in, and I thought, no, I'm not, because if they're down in this area I'll probably spook it. And they honestly, they're fucking churning the fucking bottom up over there. They're probably about 15 yards away from where I'm fishing, 20 yards away at the most. Now the lad that was fishing in that peg there, he baited just there, and that's where they're churning the fucking bottom up. And he put a fair bit of bait in, but not too much. So hopefully now they'll just move along to where all my bait is here. I fucking hope so. I fucking really do. But they was fucking churning the fucking bottom up. It was thick brown from here to fucking here. And yet all that fucking bait that's been going in all week and all over the weekend, and yet they're still eating. So it answers a question that you can never put enough bait in here. I'm surprised, I am. I'm really surprised. With it being low stock, I would have thought people's over baiting, but that just proves the point, they're not. If they've had all that baiting, they've been eating that, and now they're munching like they are doing here, they're over there as well. There's two great big groups of them. There's like one group here in this area, and one group in this area now, and it's fucking browning up everywhere. Oh, I hope to God, come on, I want to catch one for the fishing dog. Right, I'm going to switch this off now, people, and just sit and watch. Sit and watch. Vlog time, people. It's Monday now, it's about 11:30, 11:45. Nothing through the night. Not even any liners. So... And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes ago, my left hand rod just went bloody flying off, so I jumped out the bivvy, got to my waders, it stopped, put my waders on, got in the water, it started again, lifted it up, it was a fucking bird. I sat there waiting all week for a run, and then I get one and it's a bird. So they finally found my bait down this left margin now. They've been down feeding on it for a bit and they've disappeared up there now. But they'll come back, they will. They know there's bait there. They won't have had all that. They'll just muck the water up that much, they'll not be able to see anymore. So I don't know, I might do something different with that rod yet, I don't know. I'm in two minds. I've left it out for now, I haven't chucked it back in, because it'll soon be time for me to take my rods out anyway. Another half an hour or something. But I can't believe that my rod didn't go, one of them rods didn't go last night. I mean, them two groups of carp that I saw, one lot, then another lot, and they stopped just down here. And then, like I say, they was ripping the bottom up. There must have been from about there to there. It was just thick brown, the water was. Thick brown it was. I stood up on that banking behind and I was thinking, bloody hell. And then it looked like they was moving closer and closer. My rigs are in here, and they was ripping the bottom up from where are we? Let's have a look. From there to there. So there was only, what, 15-20 yards away from where my baited area is. And yet nothing. I had no pickups, not even a liner. And yet this morning, about an hour ago, it slicked up again all around, all over where I'm fishing. For about 15-20 minutes, and then that's it, it stopped. So don't know, I can't work it out. It's definitely not the bait. It's not the bait, because I've had all sorts. I've tried different, you know, bottom baits, and I've switched things around and put different coloured toppers on and non-distinctive toppers. You know, I've had dumbbells on, I've had bits of bait, I've had boilers that's been chopped around the edges. I've tried everything. Well, I've been here all week, well, it's over a week now, it's the 8th day now. Still nothing. So I fished, 5 times on here now. First time I had a fish. Second time I had a funny pick up through the night. I believe that was a carp, but I'm not 100% sure. And that ended up being tangled in a load of really spod and everything, an old spod in the water and that. Because of a schoolboy error, and I didn't put my bite alarm on that night. And then a fisher picked it up and run miles with it. And like I say, I picked it up in the morning and it had gone all underneath my other lines and everything. But so I don't know. And then I've been another 3 times after that. I lost a fish last time. I had a run, picked it up and there was nothing there. Got done basically. And then this time has been the most least productive of all, I would say. It has. I've seen fish on my area and I've seen slicks coming up. I've seen fish passing my area, but nothing. Them 2 rods just haven't done anything at all. And like I say, they're on a bit of a plateau out there. They're on like they're in 16 foot of water. You've got 18 beyond it, and you've got 18 before it. Maybe I'm in too slightly deeper water. Maybe I should have brought them this way down here and got 12. I can get 12s out here, 12 foot depth out here. But I have fished that area before and didn't do anything. That area out there has always been the most productive for me because I've had a fish off of it, and then I've had liners and I've had a couple of funny pickups off of it. So, but obviously I don't know, I'm thinking to myself now, maybe they don't visit that area out there as much as what I thought they did. But one thing I have noticed, they're not bringing any bloodworm in at all. I mean, that area, normally I fish around that area and there was a couple of bloodworm beds, but then again the bloodworm beds are normally a little bit further back this way. They're in the 18 foot of water. So maybe they are still there, maybe they're not, but I don't know. I'm thinking to myself they're not, because I'm thinking now that that's probably why the fish that I caught was there in the first place. And then other few times that I fished, there was still bloodworm there because it was coming in on my leads and my rigs and that. So I'm wondering now, is all that bloodworm gone and they've moved on to a different bit? I don't know. But that area over there where they was feeding, I've seen the fish over that area quite a lot, so next time I might fish that area if I walk around and can't see anything, and try that area, see if that's a better area. I've been told that this area down here, as you're going on to the casting from that way, if you get the back end of the plateau here, it's about 10 foot, I think he said. So maybe I should have been in that sort of depth of water with them 2 rods. It's probably a little bit too deep of water, especially with it being warm, but I've seen fish there and I've had fish there, so that's what made me do it. But it's a hard place to crack, this one is. It's not easy to crack. I mean, I've gone steady with the bait all week, and then like I say, I put them 25 spawns in, didn't I? And then I put about another 10 in yesterday, so there's a good bit of bait gone out there, but it hasn't made any difference. So I've only got a little bit of spod left anyway, so I'll probably put that out anyway. Probably just put a couple of thingies of boilies out, but I'll just see. But it's disappointing really, but what can you do? It's fishing, isn't it? Fishing places like this, it's not easy. I could have quite easily gone on to Grimshaws and had a load out all week, but you know what I mean, I'm going to have to go on there sometime or other just to get a few fish out so I don't crack up, and also get on the river. Next year I want to do a bit of tench fishing on the pond and that over there, and that pond over there, a bit of tench fishing and a little bream fishing. So, but no, there's another lad just come over there. There's them on the island. There's a lad up up further up, there's a lad up the top, there's another lad round here, there's another, I think there's about 6 on again. There is. But I was going to go today, but I've got that bit of bait left, I've got enough food left, I've got some photograph work done. I've got loads of photos took that I've got to edit when I get home for Shutterstock and that, so I'm going to stop till tomorrow. Whether or not it'll make any difference, I don't know. But and show wise, I've only seen a couple of shows since I've been here, that's it. 2 shows, and one of them was up there. I'm trying to think where the other one was now. I think the other one was down here. I think it was down here over there, I can't remember now. I can't remember, but that other one was up here definitely. And then obviously I saw them 2 passing groups yesterday. But now I can't believe they was tearing the bottom up like that. Whatever bait that lad was fishing with, they must have liked it, because that's where it's the lad that was fishing with a bait boat. I think that's where he put his bait, some of it. I think that's what they've got. It's either that or where that other lad was fishing, who was up here over the weekend. But they was absolutely going mad on that bottom for 15-20 minutes or something. See, it's slicking up again on the area. Slicking up again. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's slicking up again. Yeah, I'm just not picking any fish up. I don't know. It stopped slicking now, but there's definitely something that keeps feeding on there. No, I'm just not getting no pickups. Strange. Really strange. It can't be the material I've used, because I've used fluorocarbon, so they can't see that. So I don't know. It might just be the fact that the amount of bait I've put in now, they might only be just starting to get through it or something, I don't know. But the slicking stopped again now. So it's almost as if they're coming in, eating a little bit, and then disappearing again. Being dead cagey, I think, that's what it is. Because definitely ain't feeding on it like they was feeding on that over there. I mean, they can't see me lines, because I've got slack lines. So, you know, and I've really sunk my lines. My lines just sunk right the way back to underneath the rod tip. So I don't see as if they can see my line. Leader, I wouldn't have thought so. Because we're using the Fox Camo leaders, they just disappear, they do, on anything. So, I don't know. Do I put pop-up on one of them? I think a pop-up would be too blatant. I think the only other thing that I could have possibly done, well, what I should have done really, is put zigs out. I should have put 3 zigs out, even if it's just during the daytime, and then fish on the bottom at night. But I need to get some adjustable zigs. I'm not going to fish with normal zigs, not with all the weed and that in here, and the distance I've got to cast. So, right, I'm going to sign off for now and start getting my rods and that sorted, get my rigs ready and that, to cast out again. I'm not going to cast them 2 out there for at least another hour because of that slicking. But this one here I shall do. I shall do this one now. I think I'll not put any more bait on it though. I'll wait till later, till the birds are fucked off out of the way. Right, I'll catch you in a bit, people. Now that's what you call motherfucking rain. Unbelievable. It can't get any faster and harder. It's been raining all night and all morning, and now it's really thrashing it down now. Woohoo! This is what you call bivvy bound for the day. Right, I'm going to get the rods out in another hour, nip to the shop. There's no way I'm packing up in this today. No way. I'm going to stay till tomorrow. Bloody hell, listen to that. That is unreal. I haven't seen rain like this for a long time. Now if this don't get the carp going, I don't know what will. Bloody hell, fire. If they don't get feeding after this, I mean, it was windy last night, raining like this, they've got to come on the feed, surely. Anyway, I'm going to save the battery. In a bit, people. Adios, amigos. Well people, it's finally stopped raining. It's about, I think it's about 6 o'clock on Tuesday night. Like I said, I should have been going home this morning, but the rain's been that hard. I'm going home tomorrow instead. There's not much rain supposed to be tomorrow. There's only something like 30% chance of rain tomorrow. So hopefully through the night a lot of this stuff will dry off. Everything's soaked. Bivvy's floors bloody muddy as anything. On the fishing front, I put all 3 rods back out there. I don't know if you saw, I think I videoed myself spomming. And what I did was I went to the shop and I got 2 tins of corn. And what I've done is I've spun that corn out just in a line like that. So I've got 1 rod on a pop-up off of the bar. I've got the other 2 on the bar. But I'm getting played by the birds a little bit, which I expected anyway with putting corn in, because they can see it more. So, but I just wanted to see if it made any difference putting corn in, because sometimes when you put corn in a swim, it fetches them in. Sometimes, doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. Even if it's only the smaller ones, but we're definitely going to get a bit more rain, I think, by the looks of it. But nobody else, there's about 4 of us on now, 5 of us on, but nobody else has had any fish apart from them on the island, and that one lad over there. That's it. There's nothing come out from anywhere else on the lake. I've seen 2 shows since I've been here, that's it. There's been nothing down here. It's gone completely dead down here now. It has. I can't believe that there's no fish down here boshing out and feeding. I'm really surprised by it, especially with the birds going down and investigating and mucking the bottom up and that. I would have thought it would have at least drawn something, and even if it was the bream. But no, nothing. So I've tried everything since I've been here. I've tried putting like singles in, fishing singles out. I've tried putting a little bit of bait in, fishing that out. And I've tried putting a little bit more bait in, then fishing that out. Nothing. So in the end I put a lot more bait in, and then fished that out. Still nothing's happened apart from the birds diving on it. So I've put more bait in, and then I've put them 2 spons of corn in. So if that don't work, then I've thrown everything at it. I have. So I can't do anything else to just, obviously there's no fish down here feeding, because if there was, I would have had a pick up by now. This is the trouble when you're fishing low stock waters. You know, the carp tend to stop in groups, don't they, most of the time. You get the odd one here and there that singles itself out, but so now, bit of a puzzler again. It's been a hard session, this one has. I mean, I've really worked at it. I've tried different coloured hook baits, I've tried different coloured pop-ups, I've tried everything really, but I don't really see it's not that. It's just the fact that the fish ain't feeding on that spot. They've been past the spot, and I think I've had probably fish on it a couple of times, but they just don't seem to have stayed there. It's almost like they know I'm here, and I don't know how, because I'm fishing with slack lines on all 3 rods, and the line is really well sunk down. I mean, I don't just cast out, sink my line and plonk them on the rests. I cast out and I'm sinking the line for ages, you know, before I put them finally down on the rests. And even when I've put on the rests, I walk out to the end of the rods, take some line off again, let that settle, and then take a bit more off, put it in the bobbins, and then drop a bit more down, just to make sure that they're down. So I don't see as if it's the line. They can see the lines. I don't know. But yes, that when they got down over there and started ripping the bottom to pieces, I thought to myself, I'm definitely going to go by, because they weren't that far away from where I was fishing, but that's the only time really I've known them be down here. I hadn't seen them any other time. That other show what I saw was over here, and then the other show I think, can't remember now, I think it was down here. Do you know, I can't remember now. Seems like I've been here for about a year. I don't think I have though, it's about 8 days now. So, but yeah, I just thought to give you a little bit of an update, that's all. So, final night. The rods are out, bait's out. I just hope the birds don't come and destroy what bait's out there now. Because if they do, I ain't got a lot of bait left. All my spod mix is gone. I'm not macking no more up. It's not worth it. I've got a couple of handful of boilies left. So, right, I'm going to sign off for now anyway, people. And birds, I wish they'd go away. Right, in a bit. Morning, people. It's, what time is it? I don't know. I've had a lie-in this morning. I didn't get up till about, well, I got up first off and then I've gone back to sleep for a few hours. I didn't wake up till 8:45. And because it's been raining again. Rain. And I've got to pack up today and everything is wet through. It's like a mud pit outside. And then that lad that's fishing over there, just one minute ago, where my area is, I was just on the phone to my sister, texting my sister, and where my area is there, one's just bossed its head straight out, big and all. I'd say probably 33 pound or something, 34 pound, definitely a 30. And then I thought, bloody hell, I can't believe it, I've been here all this time and now they're finally starting to show on the day that I'm going, but I'm not going till later, till tonight. And then that lad that's fishing over there, I've just seen him pack up. He's just walked out of the swim. He's just walked out of the swim and an even bigger one's just boshed out. Massive head on it. Massive head on it. And that's just boshed out over there, a bit further over though. So they're definitely on the feed, I think. So that's 2 shows I've seen like that. So they must be moving down this way again in the shoal by the looks of it. Because both shows have been headed out this way. They're coming towards me. Oh, come on, please. Bloody hell, I mean, it's not like I haven't worked hard enough for it. Just love to catch one for the dog, for Sky, the fishing dog. I would. I'd absolutely love it. I'd be buzzing if I did. But I've just got to sit tight, keep quiet, and just see what happens. I mean, it's about, I don't know, 9:30 or something now, 9:45 or something. I've got till at least tea time. I'm going to have a slow pack up through the day and then I shall leave my rods in and a bivvy up till tea time. Get everything else packed away. Right, I'm going to sign off because I need to make myself a cup of coffee and watch this water, keep my eye on everything. We'll see you in a bit, people. Hello, people. I forgot to finish the video off earlier on. Well, as you've gathered, I've packed up now. Nothing. So, till next time, that's all I can say. Thank you everybody for watching, subscribing, and thank you for everybody that came round and made comments about Sky, who asked about Sky and who made the effort to come round. It's been really nice actually. It's made it a bit easier for me, because it isn't easy, I tell you now, it's really hard. And coming back to the house now without a heater for the first time like this is horrible, but I'm keeping myself busy. Got all this lot to sort out, and then there's all this lot in here. You know, there's all my camera gear and that, and there's already a load gone upstairs. So it's a nightmare, but well worth it. I've had a really nice time. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it, and I've learnt a lot. I've seen where the fish patrol, seen the way that they feed. And I know one thing now. I've gone carefully with the bait. I've gone hard with the bait. And that's not the trick. The trick is I just weren't on them. weren't on them. You've got to be right on them, and it's really hard to get to where they are because there's them people fishing on the point and opposite all the time, constantly, and as soon as one moves off there's another one on there. So I think what you've got to do is start to build some areas and keep a bit of bait going through there, start to work out where they start off on the naturals, where they finish off on the naturals, and work it from there. But from now, next time when I go, I'll not be using any particle. I'll be using boiler and something else, but I'm not going to say what. I'm going to keep it a secret till I go. So, but no, thank you everybody anyway. Thanks everybody that likes and subscribes. Thanks everybody for watching my videos. I just hope that it's helped people out a little bit, that's all. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just doing what I do, and that's it. I'm learning myself. I've been fishing a long time, but carp angling, I've only been doing it 4 years, so I'm still learning myself. So right, I'm going to sign off, people, because like I said, I've got all this lot to sort out, and I haven't even had a bath yet. I've got to have a bath, a shave, I've got to go to Tesco's to get shopping, and I've got to be up early tomorrow because I've got something like 500 photos I've got to edit. Got the video to do, I've got some time lapses that I've got to sort out. So I really need to get my finger out. So like I say, thanks again everybody, but tight lines, happy angling. Till next time, adios amigos.